Ready for Revolution. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Ture Muhammad, and we want to get busy with what we have to present for you this afternoon or evening or even morning, wherever you are in the world. We want to talk about your dream income, and how we all manage to a number. All right. We want to put this out here and let me just give you full context. Um, Earlier this morning, we were on our daily huddle meeting that we have every Monday through Friday. And in this meeting, we were perusing or rather parsing some elements. We were dealing with a PBS biopic, if you will, on Reginald F. Lewis, the famed black multi-billionaire who made his first billion um, back in the 90s. Uh, Tremendous philanthropist. Uh, he left the world too soon, in many opinions. He suffered from a brain cancer that took his life at the age of 50. But he did things so extraordinarily well and gifted. We had to look at the mindset that was involved there. We had to look at the drive, that passion that was involved there. And what I came away with from watching that presentation, which I had seen a number of times, but what I came away with was the power of managing to a number. As the numbers gentleman, my colleague and friend, Mr. Mike Johnson, always taught us that we all manage to a number. So, what is your number? That's part of what we're going to discuss here and part of the tools that I've used to incorporate or arrive at that number. Now, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just grown. I've done some things. I've been a part of some things that have taught me out of what we like to deem a an evaluated experience. And out of that experience, I understood that, well, let me just go to it because I don't intend to keep any of us long. I want us to look at top five, uh, um, my top five for establishing dream income. Why it's important. Dream income is that income that establishes uh, uh, financial strength and security. Okay. But my top five reasons, my process. Number one, I look with a dream income, you can cover essentials without stress. That's a discussion of lifestyle costs, right? We have a financial safety net that involves principles of saving. Work by choice, not necessity. When you are positioned to have control of your time freedom, your location freedom, and your financial freedom, folks, you have those three things working for you. You have now incorporated all the freedoms that comprise wealth. Work by choice, not necessity. That's big, and I'll elaborate on that in a little bit. Enjoying life on your terms and make independent decisions. So I hope this piece will find value with you. We're going to be here on our YouTube channel, the Wealth Minister YouTube channel. I'm encouraging all of you who are within the sound of this to subscribe to the channel, like it, look at the material, share with others. We discuss opportunities that we are involved in our groups. We have a mastermind group that comes to the channel, debuts at the end of this month. And there's other things that we incorporate that help to build that belief muscle in every individual that tells us it's possible. That is possible. All right. So let's explore what is meant here by dream income. Okay. Dream income is the amount of money you aspire to earn in order to live your ideal lifestyle. Now, life is what you live, style is how you live it, right? Thank you, Bishop Dominic Curry. Okay. It's a personal figure that varies based on your financial goals, lifestyle choices, and long term aspirations. So, incorporated in this is the dream, short term goals that are a little more immediate, mid range goals, and long term aspirations. See, you have to have that. You know, every every good story, pardon me, has the dream, struggle, and the prize. Contextually, in your strivings, you have past, present, and future tense. Now, I'm going to share something with you right here It might be your first time hearing it, but you're hearing it from me. I want you to know that today, you watching this platform, you who might catch it in playback, whether it's tonight, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's later on in the day, whether it's another time zone, I want you to know and understand that at the time that you see this message, you will never be younger than you are right now. You will never be younger than you are right now. So when do we determine our goals? When do we determine that we deserve? When do we determine that the time is now? That's a question that only you can answer. But that determination must be made. And in that making of the determination, we must invoke action. Action. Okay? So that dream income. For some, dream income can mean financial freedom, where you're covering all your expenses comfortably while saving and investing for the future. For others, it might include luxury. It might include luxury travel or early retirement or the ability to support family, and it may make you philanthropic, philanthropy. Now, what does freedom and security mean to you in the context of dream income? Type it in the comments. Okay. Now, let's go back and visit my top five. Cover essentials without stress. We're talking about lifestyle costs here, folks. What is a lifestyle cost? Let's make it basic. Let's keep it fundamental. I'm not asking you to, I'm not going to give you an amount. What I'm asking you to do is tabulate. Take my favorite tool on the planet. I just put it in the bag. But my favorite tool on the planet is my calculator. All right. That's my favorite tool on the planet. Believe it or not my phone. My cell phone is part of a $4.6 trillion industry known as digital wallets. I can communicate with more than 6 billion people in the world when I utilize the tool effectively, right? We're going to come to that when I talk about uh, 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 um, enjoying life on our terms or financial safety nets that might be better. Okay. So think about this now. I can literally calculate what I need month to month to maintain myself comfortably, for lack of a better word, okay? For myself, my family, and I can tabulate it. I can look at all the expenses related to mortgage or rent, or I can look to everything from car notes to student loans. I can look at everything from utility bills and groceries, right? I can look at all these factors, all the monthly recurring expenses. I would put all that in, total it up, and that would be my lifestyle costs. All right. What I need to bring in the household, what do I need in the economy under my own roof? What do I need to meet? What mark do I need to hit? What financial number must I achieve in order to continue with a stress free month? I know many of us came into this year with New Year's resolutions. Now, it's still early, folks. It's still the first quarter of the year. We come in with resolutions, and those resolutions, we come in with what we're going to accomplish in 2025, right? Well, that's 12 months. Break things down into that microcosm, and you're going to find that you can accomplish better, more. So when you break down your lifestyle costs per month, whatever the amount is, you know that you have to meet that mark, that you have to hit that mark. And that's where the calculator becomes so very important, because you can take you can calculate month to month, right? You can add up the entire year as a result of that. And then you can take that year or that month and you can divide it into 30 days, 28 days, 30 days, 31 days. I like using 28 days because it corresponds with the shortest day of the year, including leap year sometimes, February. So I'll use 28 days and I'll divide the monthly inside those 28 days. I know what I need to make daily. I know what I need to make over those 4 weeks or a 5 week month. I know what I need to have. And then I look at attacking or a plan of attack to get it. Now, this is a decision. This is a decision that will reward you once you take action, not for having good math, but for taking action. So look at the enterprises you're a part of. Can you see it out of your paycheck? And most people will say no. Why? Because the paycheck, folks, is not designed to give you that overall sense of security. You may feel like it's a sense of security because you have something coming once a month or twice a month or once a week, however it's developed for you. But the training and the conditioning and the programming that came behind that employment is simply there to help you pay your bills. If you were to ask anybody, why do you have a job? And you'll say, I got to pay my bills. So you don't think beyond the employment, you don't think beyond that doing any more than what it does. So you can't see stretching the dollar, right? And then we come up with these novel ideas that we're also trained and conditioned and programmed into. And that's to get a second job or a third job. Folks, I'm here to tell you, 2 jobs are for 2 people, let alone 3 jobs or 4 jobs. You're one person. So there has to be a better way, a smarter way by in which we create income. So your lifestyle costs can't solely be dependent upon one job or employment. You need multiple sources of income, not multiple streams. I speak constantly on multiple sources of income that creates passivity, that creates recurring, that allows for you to have your time freedom because you don't need another job. All you need is to find the right vehicle, folks, that will lend to your ability to earn an additional income without too much of your personal involvement. There will be some involvement. So lifestyle costs, factor them in, tabulate them up, then divide it into 28 days and see how much you need to bring in daily and look at the vehicles that are before you. If you don't see any vehicles in front of you, I encourage you to look at the options on our YouTube channel. Now, have a financial safety net. This is big. I operate out of I call them principles of saving. You can determine it any way you like, but there's 4 areas by which I do it. Okay. First, I make sure that I'm saving something in the new digital currency. I'll save Bitcoin or I'll save BNB coin, right? Some of them are part of minting and mining programs where I don't have to do much other than upgrade to different levels and encourage others to upgrade to different levels, and I receive the coin free, where I don't have to pay for it. There are great programs out here in the world, folks. And I encourage you to look at the uh, opportunities that are on this page, the Wealth Minister's page. You'll be surprised what you can come across. All right. So now I look at cryptocurrency. I save in Bitcoin, right? I save in BNB coin, which is the Binance uh, uh, native coin, right? I'll do that for an example. And I'll create a cash reserve amount and keep saving towards that amount. And when I hit that amount, then I up the bar, but I never spend it. That amount in cash reserve is there in case you need to pick up and go, whatever the situation can be. You can find yourself in a situation where your home floods, like mine flooded last year and the year before. And there was a cash reserve that made it easier for me not to have to liquidate assets because the reserve was there to pay for the repair and the plumbers, and then pay for the reinstalling of the carpet and all that kind of stuff. You see, so you want to have that reserve always there. It's like an emergency alarm, a fire alarm, where it says, in case of emergency, break glass. things go south, hey, you got to be able to put your hands on something. You might need to put your family up in a hotel until the renovation is finished, whatever the case is. But I save in cryptocurrency. I save for a cash reserve. You got it? Okay. So I do those two things. And then I save in precious metals, gold, silver, palladium, precious gems, right? I save in these. And folks, it doesn't matter how much you do it or how much you put in. It's just a matter of putting something in. I have several options by which I save in gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. I have several options to me. And some of those options might be on the site here, but they're not. Don't worry, they will be, because these are viable spaces by which you can do those kind of things. You see, when your money is decentralized, private, where it's off the grid and you don't have to come up for air, there's a lot more control that you have. And these spaces are determinants on what you keep centralized, which means public, and what you keep decentralized, which means private. Nobody need to know what my holdings are, if any, but I invest in four areas, and they're all. If I renamed all of them, there'd be invest in me one, invest in me two, invest in me three, invest in me four. If you don't write it down, you're not serious. Okay, so I invest in cryptocurrency. I invest in precious metals and gems. I invest in cash. I keep building a cash reserve, whether it's nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars, don't matter. It just needs to be here just in case I need to break the glass. And then the fourth is investment. Now, you notice I mentioned cryptocurrency, but I didn't mention blockchain. Blockchain is my investment, as an example. It's the digital real estate. It's that digital foundation from whence all coins spring, whether they're utility coins, whether they're meme coins, whether they're tokens that add value to your ecosystem. Without a blockchain, none of that exists. So I invest into the blockchain and its technology, because as long as there's internet, folks, it will always be here. And that's the surefire thing about working with money in the age that it was designed for to work. Because if you're blessed to be here, then you're in the front of the movement of new money. You're in the front of it. You get to earn it quicker. You get to earn it faster. You get to earn more of it. And it's an inheritable asset. Do you know that cryptocurrency is the eighth asset class in the world? So it's not going away. It's been determined as an asset class. It is not going away. So those four principal spaces by which I save are done in a way and done with an end in mind, meaning what? If I save anything, it has to pay for itself. If my home is $100,000, then this home has to pay for itself 4 or 5 times over. You understand? If I have a vehicle, how does that vehicle pay for itself? I have a phone that represents a $4.6 trillion industry. How do I get some of that? By having this phone. See, if it doesn't pay for itself, it doesn't make sense having. Doesn't make any sense having. Okay. Now, work by choice, not necessity. This is big. This is big. I've gotten to a space in my life where, and I know it causes hardship for people who don't embrace this. My family, Lord knows, they love me, they believe on me, but boy, they wish the money came faster. When I got started here, it was a matter of my being psychologically unemployable. There was no way in the world I can take on a job knowing what I knew about jobs, knowing that what I knew concerning how it could not provide the life that I was looking for. If you want different, you have to do different. And I'm going to share this with you from what my mentor for life taught me, Dr. Tyrone Best. He said, if in life, if you do what others won't today, you'll have tomorrow what others don't. If you do today what others won't, you'll have tomorrow what others don't. That means you got to plan, plot, strategize. You have to have a process in mind. You have to see the end in mind. It's not seeing is believing, folks. It's believing what you see. Vincent van Gogh, the great painter, right? He had a saying. He said, I dream my painting and then I paint my dream. Dream income. The amount you aspire to earn in order to live your ideal lifestyle. Everybody manages to a number. What is your freedom number? Okay, so work by choice, not necessity. I was doing this in reverse. I was working out of necessity. That's why I had a job. I didn't know better, but now I do better. So now I create those things behind my passion that does not require my physical presence to be there. See, if you do not put your money to work, you will always have a job. You will always have a job. Chances are the reason you have a job today because your money is unemployed. Thank you, Dr. Myron Golden. That's where I got that from. Shout out to you, brother, if you're watching. You see, so these are the things, the lessons that I am learning through my journey. Point number 4. How do you enjoy life on your terms? By taking 100% control of those things you have control over. And those things that you have no control over, you don't worry about them. I was on the phone in my travels. I just got back to Atlanta today. So I was traveling and I was with the mayor in South Fulton County and at an event, a grand opening to the new city hall there. And I got a chance to sit with him and chop it up a little bit. But look, life on my terms. 100% control of those things that I can control. I have no control over the election cycles. I have no control over who's president, mayor, governor, senator, congressperson right now. I don't have any control over that. I don't have any control over those things that are plaguing the news and gets us involved in all kind of talking heads dynamic. I have no control over those things. I may even have an opinion of those things, but those things, if it's bad enough, somebody's going to tell me. And I enjoy life on my terms to the extent of I don't even care what you think about me. What you think about me is none of my business. Now you grow to that point, folks. It's not to say that you ignore people. It's not to say you don't take care of your obligations. What what it's to say is the more control you take over your life, the greater the reward for you and yours. How many of you ever heard of oh Lord, I can't think of it. It may come back to me. But life on your terms. What you think about me is none of my business. I focus on keeping the main thing, the main thing. And if you do that, then you'll have the rewards that you're most desirous of, what you're aspiring to, right? Taking 100% control of those things you can control is so powerful and so penetrating. This is what I wanted to say. I just remembered. It's a part of the 80-20 rule that we had to flip. We all manage to the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, and it deals with production. Only 20% of the things we undertake in life are actually produced. They're productive. And the 80% is just busy. It's not productive. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And we say we're so busy. Well, how much of it is productive? You may be busy like the hamster in a wheel. That's 80% of us, folks. 20% of our lives are productive. So Dr. Best taught me your goal, your aim, your mission, your purpose is to develop the tools required where you make your 20% busy and make your 80% productive. He taught me a valuable tool. I go to bed each night with I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for. And they can be repetitive, and there may be one or two things that just aren't just occurred that day. And I write those down, bare minimum 10. And that allows me to sleep and wake up with a refreshed agenda ready to attack the next day. right? With passion, with purpose, with intention. That was one thing he taught me. The other thing he taught me before retiring was to look at the mirror. Look in the mirror before you retire for sleep. And you ask yourself, you watch yourself, ask yourself, if everyone in my business did what I did for my business, what would my business look like? Ooh, that's some truth telling there, folks, because you're talking to yourself, you're watching yourself. And when I do that, I have a notepad nearby. And I'll take that notepad and I'll write those 4 or 5 things down that I know or have an idea of how much better the business would look for not just myself, but for others. Because if you help others get what they want, you in turn automatically get what you want. Because it's about service, right? You'll go ahead and type in the comments service. It's about service. That way we know we're all on the same page, right? So I do those 2 things. And then I'll take those 2 or 3 things or 4 things that might be on that book or that page, and I'll take 2 or 3 of them and add them to my agenda into the next day. So then I know what I'm to train, what I'm to teach, what I'm to explore in order for us as a community to build. Folks, you want to look back in the opportunities that are on this channel and look to see what might fit you. Okay. I'm not in the convincing business, but I am in the informing business. So enjoy life on your terms. And lastly, make independent decisions. The biggest takeaway from me here and why I listed it is because where your energy goes, your focus grows. Where your energy goes, your focus grows. Independent, purposeful decision making with action catapults you into a whole nother arena. I decided I want to be about a part of a community that will make me free, rich, wealthy, and independent. So I found that arena that's dedicated to that. And I went there. When you go there, when you make those kind of decisions, your community shrinks. Yeah, you know a whole lot of people. You went to everybody's cookout, you went to everybody's Super Bowl party, you went to all these kind of things. But as you grow with focus, intention, and purpose, that community now shrinks to those few that think like you think, that are willing to entertain doing what you do, and are willing to share their evaluated experiences, where you have a collective mastermind of people that are willing to do for themselves and not depend on others to do for them what they can do for themselves, and communicate that to all that will listen. See, it's not about you not knowing the right people or knowing only the wrong people. It's about you determining to the world that you're the right one. Why should they listen? Why should they get in touch with you? Why is it important to you that you're in touch with them? What is your why? It all starts with the dream, folks. I want you to position yourselves to overcome nervousness by building on these confidence building strategies that I shared in this brief. I want you to understand the power that you have in managing to a number. Everybody manages to a number. Remember, a dream income, the amount of money you aspire to earn in order to live your ideal lifestyle. It's a personal figure that varies based on your financial goals, your lifestyle choices, and your long-term aspirations. You want to position yourselves to enjoy freedom now. Having that ability to take time off, working by choice, not necessity. My wife and I are going to the airport next month, folks. And next month, we're going to look at the destination menu and we'll just pick 2 of anything and get out of here. And when we land, we'll buy the clothes and things we need while we're there. And then when we leave to return, we donate those things to charity and we come back home. You know, those are the kind of things you can do. Those are the kind of things you can factor in. You see, when you build your dream income, and as you build your dream income and you hit the goals within your savings plan, what happens? Now you can afford to do those things today where others cannot. Because if you do the things today that others don't, you'll have tomorrow where others won't. I hope you found uh, something in this message today. I hope it was good for you. I hope that you position yourselves to number one, join the YouTube channel of the Wealth Minister. Join the YouTube channel. Secondly, after you subscribe to the channel, share it with others. Take a look at all the videos that are here, the shorts that are here. What inspires you? What encourages you to do different? Or what serves as a bearer of witness of what you're already doing? And share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your teams. Get free, get rich, get wealthy, become independent. Peace and power, family. I'll see us all.